Yeah, glad to get a win for sure, and want to credit Louisiana Christian. I thought their kids and coaches came in and did a great job. Played really hard, really for the most of the first half. Made no mistakes in terms of turnovers and penalties and stuff. I think probably the turning point of the game was the interception they threw, which we gave us good field position. We were able to go in and score a couple more times before the half. But other than that, I want to give them a lot of credit. I thought we did some good things. We got a long way to go on. I haven't seen the stats, and I'm sitting here like I know what I'm looking at. I don't have my glasses, but so anyway, looks good, But just off the top of my head, obviously turning the football over immediately to start the game didn't help, and then too many penalties for sure. Seemed like we had more missed tackles than I thought we would have, especially early in the game, but. All in all, I think there were some good things. I thought we seemed to execute pretty good on offense. I was pleased with the last two drives before the first half. I think we went, about 94, 96 yards there on that one drive right before the half, which I thought was pretty good. I thought Jake was efficient and did a nice job of moving the ball around, and we were able to get our running backs, in the game and all kind of going and kind of spread the ball around amongst our receivers. Defensively, I thought we put pressure on the quarterback all night. He's a good athlete. He ran around and made us miss and did some things which I thought he did a good job of. But all in all, first game, a lot of work for us to do, a whole lot of work. But I'm really glad to get this game over with, and I was been worried all week about our conditioning and about being where I would like to be to start the season. And we just had some unfortunate weather last week, which was a big conditioning week for us. And, I was really worried about it. And I was worried about that aspect of it. And Louisiana Christians already had 2 full scrimmages. So I was concerned that, maybe they were going to be in a little bit better shape than we were, especially if you got in the second half and stuff. I was concerned about that. But all in all, good start. Definitely got to improve. So.
What are your thoughts on the record? Have you had any, or are you just glad to get it over with? Or?
Very glad. Yeah. Look, I'm honored. I've been a part of this program a long time. I've already said, basically everything. And, like I said, talking about Coach Kieser and talking about the other coaches. So, I'm glad certainly to have it, but I'm glad it's able to move past it. And to be honest with you, too, I understand it, but I'm glad to move past the back, so to speak, and so hopefully I'm here, I'm not back, and we can just move forward from here.
Coach, is that what you expected out of strong efficiency, well-placed balls, accuracy?
Yeah, I really did, and I think he's got a really good understanding of the offense. I think he and Coach Bolfing have a great relationship, and I'll watch him in practice and watch how they speak with each other, and I've really been pleased with that whole thing. And it's a tough thing for me personally, because quarterbacks are my baby. That's what I've done, and for the last, well, not the last 3, but 3 years there, and 2 of the years for sure. that's all I did at UL is all day, every day, and I like the position, but I think it's better, in my opinion, when quarterbacks have their own position coach and it's not the head coach. It just works better, and I trust Coach Bolfing, and he played here I was able to coach Tyler and was able to work with him, and and I think he and I are on the same page in terms of that and stuff. So, but I have to admit, it's tough sometimes, in practice, and because I want to jump in, but it's just But I'm not surprised at all with Jake getting back to that.
Was it the plan in the game plan for him to spread the ball around as much as he did, or was it a lot on number 4?
I think it's a lot on number 4, but it's just our offense. Hopefully, that we're able to get the ball around and to get it to different people and get it to the open receiver, and hopefully we have enough in our offense that that we're able to that our backs are going to catch the football, our tight ends are going to catch the football. All 3 receiving positions are going to catch it. Hopefully there's enough in there. Now, obviously, you can play against a team that wants to take something away from you, and I understand that too, but I think that's why you have to have the ability to attack at every position, because, if by game plan somebody takes something away, I mean, you know, other guys have to step up in other positions, and so really happy for Jake. And again, I can't see the stats, but I don't think we turned it over on, you know, from him and on that side of it. And I know we did on the punt return, obviously, but I thought it was a pretty clean game and stuff. And like I said, I can't see, and I'll bring my glasses in the future, but I would imagine his completion percentage was pretty good.
Obviously, you didn't really know much about you guys as you were going in. Is there anything that kind of shocked you or that you were surprised by, either player-wise or position group?
Oh, that's a good question. It's a really good question. I'll probably more after I see the tape, you know, and be able to see it. And but no, I mean, I've been saying since I got here, and I've been trying to preach to them. I mean, that, you know, we have some good players here. We have some good talent here, and I think that's the bottom line is, you know, we have to play good each and every week, and you know, we're going to discuss it tomorrow, but we're going to continue to move forward. You can't beat yourself. You cannot beat yourself. You cannot have silly penalties and silly things or whatever, because I mean, this game's hard enough, you know, much less when you do things like get a personal foul after a touchdown, and then now you're kicking from the, you know what I'm saying? It's just, this game's hard enough as it is. And when you beat yourself, I mean, it's hard to win.
There were a couple of personal foul penalties in the first half. Did you address that at halftime?
No, I addressed the one of them that I saw that, you know, the celebration penalty, that was a personal foul. I didn't actually see the one on the other side of the field. And so, you know, and then one was a face mask, which, you know, I didn't see that either and stuff. So that's the three that were in the first half.
What do you think of the crowd and the energy here?
I thought it was good. Certainly, you know, almost threw up when I woke up this morning, to be honest with you, you know, and stuff. And, you know, it rained all morning and all that. And we're certainly hoping for better weather, but it did clear out, and we had a nice crowd, and we're appreciative of it.
Defensively, you put a lot of pressure on. You did have some chances and missed some sacks, but you were able to get the pressure you wanted. Were you pleased with that? And
yeah, definitely. And we played a lot of guys. So again, I don't know the excuse me, the exact stats or whatever, but it seemed like we had a lot of guys that were, you know, that had tackles for loss and had sacks, and a bunch of different players, which is good to see, because, you know, you're going to need that depth as the season goes on the defensive line. And I know the plan was that we talked about yesterday as a staff. Coach Gistar planned on playing a bunch. Matter of fact, we were joking because, you know, we have a little deal that, you know, play the players, and each coach talks about how they want to play their position. And it took Gistar about 10 minutes. And when he finished, I told the coaches, I said, I'm glad I don't have to keep up with that, you know, because he had, I don't know, 7 or 8 different groups of guys that he was going to play and rotate in, and this group and that group. And I said, look, man, as long as you can keep up with all that, but it's good to play a bunch of guys.
What you think about the running back room? It feels like all 4 really had nice spots.
I think so, and unfortunately, Colby got a little dinged up. Jalen Strong got a little dinged up. So Marquez Davis was really the only running back that was left, and so that's why he ran so much at the end of the game. But it was good to see them all get in there, and it seemed like they were all somewhat productive, I think, if I remember right.
I guess a little bit of, you didn't know what you had coming in, but you were pretty sure you would win this game. But did you like the fact that you were able to keep kind of your, I guess, your energy up the whole time?
Yeah, I thought that was good. And, you know, like I said, Jim, I mean, I worry about a lot of things, and that was one of the things I was worried about. But, you know, it didn't seem like we were cramping and all that kind of stuff. But I was just concerned, you know, that we could really get a really hot game to start, which we didn't. And but I think we have to continue to, you know, practice ourselves in the better game shape as this thing goes on, and we'll try to start doing that some more this week.
As the
one more.
competition ratchets up in the next couple of weeks, is that the plan to rotate the talent in, depending on how the game is going, but really to keep them fresh and rotate at all positions where
sure.
you can?
I mean, we're going to try, and, you know, we have starting obviously this week in Lafayette, but we have a really good stretch here. You know, when you look at it, when you look at, you know, going to Lafayette to play the Cajuns, and then, you know, Weber's always good. You know, and then we have 2 FBS teams in the first 4 weeks, you know, which is not really ideal for me, but it is what it is. And so, you know, we got to be ready to play here, because, like I said, this stretch of games, and then, looks to be really tough.
Okay.